Hey everyone, stop scrolling because Niall Horan just pulled off one of the smartest marketing campaigns of 2026 and almost nobody is talking about it properly. The biggest marketing win this year wasn't a viral TikTok trend and it definitely wasn't $1 million ad campaign. It was something much simpler, a dinner experience. Welcome back to Label Grid, the channel where we break down how real music careers are built, not how songs get lucky. Today we're breaking down the Dinner Party rollout, not just as an album but as a complete fan connection strategy that prioritizes emotional equity over attention spikes. Because while most artists are fighting to be seen, Niall is building something far more valuable. He's building connection. I'm Beretta, media manager at Label Grid. If you're an artist, a label, or anyone working in music, this is one of those case studies you actually need to understand. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's get into it. Niall Horan stopped being a pop star and became something way more powerful. To understand why Dinner Party works, you have to understand the shift behind it. It's a repositioning of identity. During his earlier eras, Niall was framed primarily as a performer. The visuals, the messaging, the rollout structure, it all centered around stage presence, touring, and traditional pop frameworks. That worked, but it kept him inside a familiar box. With Dinner Party, he steps out of that completely. Now, instead of being the performer on stage, he becomes the host. And that's a very intentional move. His audience has grown up. The fans who discovered him years ago are no longer teenagers. Their lives are slower, more intentional, more rooted in real-world moments. And instead of trying to pull them back into a younger identity, Niall meets them where they are. This is what great marketing does. It aligns with the audience's current reality, not their past one. By naming the album Dinner Party, he's not just presenting music, he's presenting context. He's given his audience a setting, a use case, a lifestyle moment where the music belongs. And that shift from performance to participation is what makes this rollout immediately feel more personal. Niall Horan turned restaurants into marketing and make it feel like a moment, not a campaign. Now let's talk about the most talked about part of this rollout, the physical activations. Instead of investing heavily into digital ads or traditional promo cycles, Niall's team went into real-world environments. Restaurants, bistros, intimate dining spaces across key cities, but what makes this strategy powerful is how subtle it is. Fans weren't being told they were part of a campaign. They discovered it. Lyrics appearing on menus, track references hidden in wine lists, QR codes placed in unexpected places. These weren't announcements, they were moments. That's the difference because discovery creates ownership. When fans feel like they found something, they value it more, and more importantly, they share it. And that's exactly what happened. A single table posts a video, that video spreads. Suddenly millions of people are watching something that only a handful experience in real life. This is experiential marketing done properly. It's not about scale at the start, it's about depth first, then amplification. And then you have the most powerful moment of all. Niall showing up, paying for meals, leaving behind access to his music. That's not advertising, that's storytelling. And storytelling travels further than any paid campaign ever will. Niall Horan made spending money feel meaningful, and that changes everything. Now we move into the layer most artists overlook, the emotional justification behind purchasing. Because Niall didn't just launch a tour, he connected it to something bigger by partnering with the British Heart Foundation. This introduces a completely different dynamic into the marketing funnel. Now, when fans buy tickets, they're not just buying access to a show. They're contributing to something with real-world impact. That reduces friction in a way traditional marketing can't. People hesitate less, they feel aligned, they feel like their purchase has purpose. And from a strategic standpoint, that's incredibly powerful. On top of that, Early access incentives tied to donations turned fans into active participants in the campaign. They're no longer passive buyers, they become part of the rollout itself. This is where marketing evolves into community building. And once you reach that point, you're no longer chasing conversions, you're reinforcing belief. Niall Horan didn't chase viral moments, he built emotional memory. At the core of this entire rollout is a simple idea that most artists ignore. Virality is temporary, memory is long term. Niall's strategy is not built around spikes, it's built around moments that people remember, talk about, and associate with their own lives. A dinner experience, a surprise interaction, a meaningful purchase, these are not just marketing touchpoints, they are emotional anchors. And when music attaches itself to real life moments, it lasts longer. It becomes part of someone's personal story. That's the difference between a song people stream and a song people keep. If you're still marketing your music like it's 2019, you're already behind. So, what are the real takeaways here? For artists, the lesson is simple: stop trying to be impressive and start trying to be relatable. Build your music around real life context that your audience actually experiences, because connection will always outperform perfection. For labels, the shift is even more important. Stop over relying on digital saturation. Attention is harder to win and easier to lose than ever before. Instead, invest in experiences and narratives that people actually care about and want to share. And for both, understand this clearly. The goal is not just visibility anymore, it's emotional alignment, because when people feel connected, they don't just listen, they stay. So here's the real takeaway. Niall Horan didn't just release the first single of his upcoming album, he created a framework for connection, and in today's music industry, that's the most valuable asset you can build. If you want more breakdowns like this, real strategies, real systems, no fluff, subscribe to Label Grid. We break down how the music business actually works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.